Welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's video, I just want to cover 4 coins that I think has a massive potential to the upside, right? So the first one is Nano, the second one is ICX, the third one is Wanchain, and then the last one is Navcoin, right? So when you take a look at this chart right here, Nano is making like a flat correction, right, to basically a sideways movement, right? So and then price is below this 50 MA, and then we're making this type of divergence right here. The R side is moving to the upside, and then you got price like remaining flat, right? So you take a look at it right here, the price is basically flat. And then when you take a look at the R side, we're making like some upward movement, right? So you could be expect like Nano to be very bullish like the next couple of days, or at least the next couple of weeks. So if Bitcoin like remain like a flat, Nano most likely going to take up the hit, take up the steam, and then like move to the upside, right? And then this is what I'm expecting from Nano, at least for the short term, like the next let's say the next 3 to 4 weeks, right? A 60 to a 90% move to the upside, right, once we break this area of resistance, right? So the second coin I want to talk about is ICX. ICX pretty much look like Nano. If someone doesn't tell you like I changed the screen, you wouldn't like recognize this type of formation, right? So ICX is also has like a great momentum to the upside. When you take a look at it, we could come back, retest this area, right? From this point on, retest this area, maybe get a slight resistance, and then take off from there, right? Make a 3 to 5 waves move to the upside, right? So I'm just gonna update the price once we break this area. We most likely make a ABC to the upside with a 1.618 extension. Let's take a look at it from this point on right here to right there. We could make like a 1.1 extension to a 1.618 extension. So if you take a look at it, you're looking at another 40% to the upside. So you can just wait like price to retest this area, get rejected by like 50%, and then you can make a nice entry right around this area of resistance, which is going to be a new area of support, right? So that's what I'm thinking about ICX, a 40 to 50% to the upside. The next coin we're going to talk about is Wanchain. When you take a look at Wanchain has a even bigger potential, right, of moving to the upside, right, with this falling wedge. So basically what you're looking at is that you get the same type of move, right? So let me just show you. Either you got this flat correction, right, like this, or you're gonna make like a falling wedge like that, right? So basically Wanchain is making the same type of move, but with a falling wedge. So you expect like a even bigger potential because of this downside movement, right? So that's what I'm expecting, at least from Wanchain to move to the upside once we let's say once we retest this area, right? We could come back, since Bitcoin is like moving to the upside. We could expect like Wanchain to come back, retest this area. If not, get to this area right here, get a slight bump, and then take off from there, right? So don't be surprised if you see like Wanchain with a let's see, Wanchain with like 40 to 75% up, 75% move to the upside, right? We could be retesting this area of resistance right here. So so you could be looking at Wanchain like 75 to 90% to the upside, like the next 45 to 30 days. So we're not going to be moving sideways the rest of this this year. So most likely we're going to get some big run up to the upside, some big run up to the upside. I'm not saying that we have reached the bottom, probably going to come back, retest these lows, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. You take a look at this RSI, looking pretty good, right? So it's moving up, and then price is moving down. So we got this upward slope. So we're expecting like price to follow this RSI, maybe come back, retest this area, and then move to the upside, right? So just be mindful about Wanchain. So the next coin I'm gonna talk about is Navcoin. When you take a look at Navcoin is making a different type of formation, but at the same time it's very like a bullish signal. So when you take a look at the RSI, still like last time RSI got oversold was right around this area of let's say August, right? So we almost got to this area of 30 RSI like the first week of November, right? Let's say first week basically the month of November, right? So that's the last time we get to this area, right? But price is not even moving like as most people are expecting. But we got a lot of warnings, right? When you take a look at the price of Navcoin, we got these warnings, right? Like move to the upside, this 40%, 30% to the upside, right? Most likely Wanchain gonna come back and retest these areas, right? So very shortly. So, and then if that's the case, you're looking at another, let's take a look at it, 35 to 50% to the upside, right, versus BTC. So, but most of these coins, they don't move up when BTC moves up. So you expect like these coins like to be moving sideways once BTC is going up, and then once BTC remains silent and like moving like 0.3 to 0.5% on daily basis, that's when you're gonna see Navcoin with this big like these big pumps, right? So like that right here, you got many of them right here, right? So you're looking at Navcoin going back to 500 to let's say 500 to 600 satoshis, right? The current price of Navcoin is roughly 421 sats. So for 400 to 600 is about like 50% to the upside, right? So be mindful about Navcoin, right? So another coin I wanted to take a look at is that when you take a look at AMB BTC, AMB has a huge momentum to the upside, right? When you take a look at it, right, you got this divergence between RSI and then the price, right? You got this big sell off down to the down to this area, and then you got RSI still like remaining flat. So, and then you got your 3 waves to the upside. You got this, let's see, take a look at it. You got your 3 waves to the upside, another 3 waves to the downside, right? So most likely we're gonna move sideways a couple of days before we get another big move to the upside. So, and BTC is kind of bullish at this time, so most of these coins, they're gonna remain under this 50 EMA until BTC remains silent, right? So, but just be mindful, right? They're not going to be, most of these coins, they're not going to be moving below this 50 EMA forever. So we got a rejection right here. Most likely we're going to resist and then come back and retest this area of 50 EMA, which is roughly like 1600 sats, right? So the current price of AMB is 1424. So 1424 to 16 sat, that's about like 15 to 20, right? Let's see. Now you're looking like 18%, right? Almost 20% to the upside, right? So it is pretty bullish, especially when BTC is almost 10% day. BTC is almost 10% today, right? So you would be expecting BTC to cool down, and then most of these coins, they're gonna get all that volume coming in to those coins, right? They're gonna get all those volumes out of BTC. They're gonna go to these coins, right? So that's about it for today. So if you have any coins you want me to cover, please let me know down below the comment section, and then I'm gonna update this list, right? This list maybe like this weekend, right? So thank you for watching.